Hi, I'm Mary. Seems like everybody is getting solar panels installed these days. So maybe you're interested in getting them as well, but your roof isn't able to withstand solar panels. So what do you do then? Well, that's where a ground mount is going to come into play. There are a few pros and cons to getting a ground mount. Let's dive into those a little bit more. The biggest con of getting a ground mount is that up front, the cost can be a little bit more expensive than getting the panels installed on your roof because they will have to build a structure for the mount itself. So there is a little bit of additional upfront cost with the ground mount. Additionally, there is some extra permitting that's gonna go into having a ground mount installed because you have to make sure with your local ordinance that you are allowed to build a new structure on your property. So there can be a little bit of a time payout there and just a little bit more headache, but usually not a big deal. And lastly, it does take up some space on your property. So depending on how much land you have and whether or not you want to allocate some of that towards your solar, it does just take up a little bit more space. On the other hand, getting a ground mount installed can be a really good idea for some people because if your roof is not in an optimal position for solar panels, then your ground mount may actually be able to produce much more energy than your roof would have anyway, because they can angle the panels exactly right so that it's catching exactly as much energy from the sun as you need. And they can place the structure somewhere where there are no obstructions, no shade, etc. So because of that, oftentimes with a ground mount, you're actually able to install fewer panels than you would need to if you put them on your roof. Another big pro of a ground mount is that you will never have to worry about removing the panels if you have to have any work done on your roof. Say in 20, 50 years, you need to have some structural work done on your roof, then you would have to remove the solar panels and then have them reinstalled, which is just a little bit of a headache. And with a ground mount, regardless of what happens to your roof, you would never have to worry about something like that. And finally, an awesome pro, if you are a gardener like me, then you can build an herb garden underneath of your ground mount, which is something that a lot of people are starting to do these days. So there are a couple pros and cons for each, but just depending on what your needs are, a ground mount might be the best option for you.